and I just played golf with the damn mouse. I lifted the bucket, took a broom, and just... Hello, and welcome back to this week's episode of Yip to My App. It is Christmas. I'm Erica Star, and I'm here with...
Sima Sadykhov.
And we're here, baby. It's Christmas time. You heard it in the Halloween episode. She's back, we're back, and it's time to ho, ho, ho. So...
We about to ha, ha, ho, ho. Everything, all of that.
Okay, so we're going to start off real simple. What's your favorite part of Christmas?
Oh my God. So those of you that didn't watch the episode, I'll reiterate. I love Christmas because it's my birthday. I share the same birthday with Jesus.
You are Jesus.
That is like an honor, honestly. That is such an honor. And I'm just so happy that my mother birthed me on that day. No, but I love it. I love everything about it. I love Christmas trees. I love the music. I love the lights. I'm a sucker for like sparkly things and the lights and all that.
Yeah.
So I love Christmas for those reasons.
Wait, you prefer... I was going to ask because you mentioned the trees. Do you prefer a real tree or a fake tree?
Well, I think real trees are just like, it gives that holiday. But I feel like as long as the tree looks good, it could be a fake tree. You know what I mean?
You know, I was a little like weird about it at first because I grew up with real trees. And then I got a real tree the first time I did a Christmas, like living on my own. And then, you know, I really like the smell of pine. Like you didn't smell anything else but the damn tree every time you came home.
That's nice.
And then I had to throw out the tree. And that was the worst experience of my life. So it was just me. And I was like, it was really easy to bring up, you know, the elevator or whatever, because it's a light, like trees they're not heavy.
Yeah.
But when you take them down, like they're not wrapped up anymore. Yeah. And you just got all these like twigs and stuff all around. And what I did was, I think I was texting you at the time. So first I took kitchen scissors and I snipped off the very tips of every single branch. I was like, okay, they're thin. And then it was still poking me and stuff. And I tried to take it downstairs. So I took a knife and I chopped off every single branch manually and then took down just a big trunk. And it was a mess and I was sticky and there was tree sap everywhere. And it was disgusting. So ever since then I was like, okay, I guess we're doing fake trees.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's like you have to take care of it. And then it constantly like, you know, crumbles and stuff. So you have to...
Yo, she kept crying. Yeah. No, like, because... She's a real tree, and I do Christmas early. So I had gotten the tree like middle of November, and then the ornaments kept weighing her down. So I kept on like snipping branches, moving ornaments around. I was like, okay, I'm killing the damn thing. Yeah. And I don't feel good about it. Like, at all. Like I was just like, this isn't fun.
So fake trees all the way.
Yeah. Are you a fan of the Rockefeller tree?
Say that one more time.
The Rockefeller tree.
Oh, like, am I a fan of it?
Yeah, like have you ever gone to the lighting or anything?
I have, and I think I have, especially when I was a kid, but I think I loved it when I was a kid. I don't know why. Maybe it was... Yeah, that's going to happen. He's a heavy one, so we're just going to leave it like this.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, when I was a kid, right, it just, maybe it seemed bigger, but, like, I feel like they were bigger, no? Like,
so, okay. Cool. There was one time, because I thought it was crazy. That's one of my conspiracy theories. I was like, the tree's not that big. Because I went for the first time without my parents with like a 10-year gap in between. Like my parents would take me, whatever, when I was little. And then I finally went by myself for the first time, I want to say 2022. And I was like, that's it? And it's a huge tree. They look for this tree. They pick a random tree from somebody's yard, somebody's farm, whatever. These families grow this damn tree to be like, oh my God, one day it's going to be the Rockefeller tree. Yeah. And I was like, that's small. So I don't know. It was underwhelming last time I went. And I feel like they don't go crazy with the ornaments. I don't know. When I was a kid, I felt like they had like cool ornaments. And I'm like, it's just lights and just like plain balls. Like, I'm just like, it's not.
You know what else is crazier though? Because I actually just did a story on this yesterday. It was like a quick story. I had the few hours to do it. Went to Bryant Park and they have this winter village thing. Gorgeous. Love it. Like hot chocolate everywhere. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of hot cocoa. And they have the ice skating rink. So I was like interviewing people and the worker there was like, yeah, I've never been to Rockefeller Center, but I know that their ice skating rink is way smaller than ours. And I was like, really? And I looked it up and yes.
It is?
It's smaller. And then I like looked at videos and I was like, it is smaller. Like it really, and it looked smaller. And it's crazy to me because you would think like Rockefeller Center, like, that's like the biggest thing. Don't get me wrong. I love Rockefeller Center. I think it's gorgeous. I think you have to visit it and everything. But yeah, apparently Bryant Park's ice skating rink is bigger in square feet than the Rockefeller Center.
That's crazy. Did you have a gift that you asked for like every year for Christmas when you were younger?
I'm trying to think.
Because I had one. Mine was a pogo stick. I wanted a pogo stick
so badly that you asked every year?
No, like it was a joke to my whole family. It was every single year, probably for like 10 years. I'm writing my list. No matter what, at the top was a pogo stick. And my mother was always like, her and this damn fucking pogo stick. Because she knew that one year she had to get it from me. It's just that it was dangerous and I'm a dangerous kid and I might just fly off somewhere. And I finally got a pogo stick. I remember it was called like a moon stick or something.
Oh, and yeah. Or was it like those moon shoes?
No, I had those too, but they didn't do what they had to do. The pogo stick, I was flying because I found a way to like distribute my weight a certain way. So when I got to the bottom, I was like, whoa! Every time I came back up, oh my gosh. It was such a fun time. And I started doing tricks. I used to take my feet off the side. I'd be like, ooh.
Oh my,
yeah, I busted my ass a lot. My knees are completely bruised. It was a terrible time, but it was great. It was so freaking great.
Pogo stick. That's everything. I feel like, who asks for that? You know what I mean?
No, I had a lot of weird ones, like moon sand. For like 3 years straight, give me some moon sand. Love me some moon sand. I always wanted Play-Doh. I ate Play-Doh. Did you eat Play-Doh as... Here we go.
No, honey. Oh my God. Again, it's all this wax and freaking
Play-Doh tastes good. Just not in big doses. Like,
girl, you're not supposed to eat it
you
in
just
any
microdose
dose.
some Play-Doh.
Microdosing on Play-Doh.
Yeah, no. I had some gifts that were always on the list every year and then I got every year. But like, I had a dog. I had a family dog. And do you remember it was this dog and it was life size. It was the size of like a freaking Labrador Retriever and its name was Buddy. And it was like Pets for Life, like FUR life.
Yeah.
And it was a real life dog and you tell it to sit and it sat and my parents were like, yo, like you have a real dog. There's a Yorkie that frolics around your house. It has been for the past few years. And you want a toy dog. Bro, I was like, give it to me. I need it. There's nothing I need more.
But it's crazy that you wanted a dog because they had like different animals. I had one. I had a like a monkey, and it. Okay, but the crazy part is that it literally it felt like a real monkey. And can you imagine though having a monkey? Like of course I had a monkey.
Your parents' friends come over and you come over like, look, it's Jack. And they're like, and your mom's just like, yeah, she does that sometimes.
But that was like everything. But yeah, you have a real dog. You need a toy dog.
I was a whole idiot.
You're a very specific child, you know.
No, I had a lot of weird things. Every year I always got one of those weird. I miss when TVs. I mean, I'm sure flat screens have it now, but like regular TVs, you had like the things that connected in the front, the red, the yellow, and the white, and you got a toy that connected to your TV, and then all of a sudden it was like this cool random thing it's not like a video game console. It was just like this bootlegged game, because it wasn't an Xbox or a PS5. Like I
don't even know what you're talking
about.
Like,
oh my goodness, it was like these little things. I'm trying to think of one that I had. One that I had, it was like this weird circle. You connect to the TV, and all of a sudden you're in high school and you're in like college life, and then you like click options. It's like go to dinner with Danny, or like go whatever with your parents, or hang out with some friends, and you pick it, and then it tells you what your life is gonna be for the next bit. And I don't know, it was corny, but it was cool.
It's basically like that app like Episode, or
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so it's literally the same thing.
Well,
but
that was me.
That was ahead of its time. That was ahead of its time.
I had a different one every year. Or like, oh my God, wow, this. You know what? You sparked this weird thing in my brain sometimes that I just go. Because there was this thing I had called the bionic eye. And it was like that. It was another contraption like that. You connect to the TV, but it had a microscope on it and you could rub it across anything and it would show it to you like, obviously like all gross or whatever on the TV. So I would put it in my ear. I would put it on like weird parts of the floor that nobody ever swept. And I was like, I just wonder. And you would see things. Like it was... I was into weird science stuff, like making like fake insects, or like I was into all the weird stuff. Wow, I was interested.
I love it. You were an interesting child. Yeah, you did a lot. You ate a lot of things you shouldn't have been eating.
It just proves to me like everything checks out. Like I was always this way,
and I love it. I think that's what makes you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Were you a fan of Barbies and stuff when you were a kid?
Yeah, I love them.
You played like dollies and stuff?
Yeah, I played. So I had a phase because I grew up with an older brother and he had like action figures. And my parents bought me tea sets, Barbies, everything.
I love me
like,
a good tea set.
Oh my God, I loved it. It was fun. But in the beginning, they bought all of this and I was not playing with it. I literally would not play with any of my toys because I would want to play with his action figures. I was like, I want to play with these action figures. And I literally played with them and they were like, what's wrong with this girl? Like, we want her to play with these Barbies and she's out here like punching, like, they're, like punching each other and whatever. And then I kind of did grow out of that phase and I started playing with my tea sets and my dollies. And I remember one of them had like a braid. And I like took out the braid and it gave her like this wavy hair. And it was like how Shakira had her hair. So I literally named her Shakira. I was like, this is Shakira.
Oh my God, wait. I thought I was Shakira for like a solid year.
Give me the story. Give me the story right now.
No, like when I was a kid, I don't know why. I don't know what this came with or whatever. I had this little this outfit. It was like this pink velvety kind of material. And it had one shoulder and the top was silver and then the rest was pink. And it came with these pants, like little flare pants. I swear, I dress like this now. And there was this one time.
You know that meme? Shakira, ¿es tú?
I'm just running. But so I've been short my whole life, but I was short enough at this point in time. I don't know how old I was. It had to be before school age. And like I was on the side of the couch so no one could see me. Everybody's watching Shakira on TV. It was either a music video or an award show. And I'm off to the side so no one sees me, but she's singing Hips Don't Lie. And I'm doing a little hip dance or whatever. And then someone caught me. It was either my aunt, my mother, my grandmother. And they go, what are you doing? And then I did my one of those like, you want to see something? I was in the living room and I was like, look, I did the dance. And they're like, yeah. And, dude, my family's the worst. Because anytime I had one of those moments, they made me believe that I was the best. Yeah. They were like, yo, you're
That's
Shakira.
Great.
No, that is embarrassment. They encouraged it, but not for like the happy, healthy mental health reasons. It's more of like, look at this dumb shit my kid can do. Erica, go. You know?
They were like, go, la, 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 la,
yeah,
la.
bro, I do that. I have like a twitch when I do that now. I just be alone in the house and I'm like, la, 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 la. And I'm just like, it happens all the time. I swear, we are one.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
Shakira. Back to what we were saying before, I was not a Barbie girl, like at all. I hated them. Really? Like my mom thought I was gay for a really long time. Like,
because you didn't like Barbies?
No, so it started with that. I'm gonna get back to the Barbies. Oh my gosh. But it started with that, and then like I didn't really show any interest in boys like that. And then like I had close friends that were girls, and she was just like, she never heard anything about a boy. And then Shock Boy and Lava Girl came out, and I just had that thing on repeat. And then she was like, oh, okay. But she didn't think too much of it. And then Justin Bieber came out, and I was like, and then she said, okay. But then she goes, kind of looks like a girl. So, and then so she used to tell me, she's like, if you like girls, like that's cool.
Yeah. Just
let me know, you know, whatever. And I was just like, okay, whatever.
Give me my pogo stick.
And then soon after that, like she was like, nah, that girl's straight. You know, just, but back to so me not liking Barbies wasn't the only thing though that like started that or whatever. It was because I preferred like tool sets. Like there was this one that I had.
Bob the Builder.
No, it was. I really liked Bob the Builder, but
I never got into that show.
Really?
Yeah,
like a claymation and stuff. I thought it was so cool. So I had this Home Depot kids tool set, and you could you hammer certain parts and they light up, and you screw certain parts. And I was always into like I had this robot that like said letters in Spanish, and he would just say like colors sometimes in English, and he was just weird. I had like a different career that I wanted all the time. I was a cashier for some time. I had a McDonald's cash register.
I had a cash register too.
Yeah, I love
it.
pressing the buttons and being like $5 and change. Come on, give it to me.
Card? Let's go.
I was swiping all the wrong sides. Oh my gosh. Or back to the Play-Doh. I used to act like I worked at an ice cream parlor because I had an ice cream Play-Doh set and it would come out swirly and I used to be like, what you want, what flavors? And like nobody played into it like hard enough. Like my mom and my dad would. They'd be like, I want chocolate with sprinkles. Actually make it happen. And like it got to the point like I would get stressed. Like, I'm gonna quit.
I don't get paid enough.
Here we go again.
Oh.
That is true. Oh my gosh. Did you like My Little Pony? I didn't do Barbies, but My Little Pony.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I had all the little horses.
Yes.
Oh my God. I loved
Smacking the little hand to open the oven. Oh my God. I thought that was so cool. No, like, cause like, yeah, it's cool. Like you got a little tattoo on your butt. Like they introduced tramp stamps.
That. Yes, they did. I loved it. I don't know why, but that was everything. Yes. I was like, she has a heart. She has a star.
Yeah, and sometimes they smelled like stuff, whatever. But when they had the little magnet on their hand, and like I really like Barbies were my thing because they just didn't do anything. I'm like, whatever. But the horse, like it was such a satisfying thing. Like I don't know. I can't explain it. Like that was magical. Like I know, like My Little Pony, like the toys aren't really a thing like that anymore, which I don't like. Like now it's like a weird. Have you seen the My Little Pony community? The bronies?
No.
There are these men.
Why does that sound like something Jake Paul would like create?
No, it's these guys. From what I know, I'm sorry if I offend anyone. These guys who like are really into My Little Pony. And I don't know like if it's in like a fetish way or like they're just like really geeky dudes who are really into like the power of friendop. I don't fucking know.
I mean, okay, but to the second one, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but they go to like conventions and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's too much. You know, like babes, we grew up with it. I would not go to like My Little Pony convention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'll talk about it like this, but that's as far as it's getting.
Right.
But I love me some My Little Pony. And the closest thing I ever got to a Barbie was when you could just buy the Barbie head and you could do whatever you want to, like the hair. That did it for me.
I would pull off some of their heads.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I mean like the jumbo heads.
Oh. I just outed myself like a psychopath. Like, I would pull off their heads. Yeah.
The fact that you thought it was normal for me to say it was even crazier. So, since we're talking about toys, when did you normally open up your gifts? Was you Christmas Eve type of family or Christmas Day, Christmas morning?
So, it's interesting. Like, basically on Christmas, but it was more because it was my birthday. In our culture, like we celebrate New Year's Eve, like and New Year's, that was our thing. So we would get presents, like and still to this day, like family and close like Russian or Russian speaking friends, like we would celebrate New Year. So we would give gifts then. Okay. And we would open them on New Year's Eve. But for Christmas, like I would do it on Christmas Day because just for the culture of it. Yeah. And then, birthday.
Everyone else is doing it.
Yeah. Like, so yeah, right. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be special. I want to be like everybody else. So, yeah, just on Christmas Day. And it was still like, it was amazing. Like amazing part of the childhood because you would wake up with all this excitement. And we did the tree and everything as well. We used to do real trees as well. It just became too much of a hassle. And yeah so we just like, did a fake one and then now we have like a very small one and I'm totally fine with it. Yeah. It's like so easy in and out the box.
Yeah, that's one thing. As a kid, I didn't realize like how annoying the trees were because I just remember decorating. But now that I do my own, I'm like, you gotta separate the branches. You gotta do the whole. I was like, they didn't make me a part of that process. And I was like, thanks. Like that's so nice.
It's a lot. It's a lot. What was like one memorable Christmas you had where you opened something that you really wanted, except the pogo stick? Forget the pogo stick for a second. Or the moon sand.
Damn. It's hard. I have a lot of memorable Christmases, some for like really weird reasons. Like the first one that came to mind was one that my mom was pissed because I used to open gifts first thing Christmas Day. And I would wake up and the crust in my eyes, like, oh my God, Santa came. I was like, I was, oh my God, I could not, like Christmas is still it for me. But like as a kid, my mom made sure Christmas was Christmas. So the Christmas spirit is high. I was checking, for Santa on the Santa tracker because that's a thing or whatever. And I would just fall asleep watching, be like, oh, he's in Africa. Just like, And then I remember there was this one time that I guess my parents were fighting or whatever. And so I lived with my mom. My dad lived where he lived. And he came in the middle of the night. It felt like the middle of the night. It was probably like 5 a.m. or something. He woke me up because I used to sleep in the same bed as my mom. He woke me up out of my mom's bed and he brought me to the living room and had me start opening gifts. And my mom was like, what the fuck? Because I didn't know. I was like, it's Christmas. Like, I'm supposed to do this. Like, thanks for waking me up, Yeah. And I don't know if I opened all the gifts or if she woke up halfway through me opening gifts and just kind of like, stood there until she wanted to like tear my father a new one or whatever. I don't know what happened. But I just remember that she was pissed. There was another year that I think I got like a bunch of duplicate gifts that I think like my dad and my mom weren't communicating on what to get me, or like my grandma got me something that was the same as something my dad got me, that I opened it up and it was a strawberry shortcake, but I already got one, and I opened it and go, another one.
You're probably so happy regardless.
Like, I was just like, it wasn't like, oh, I already have this. It was more of just like, I opened it like 2 seconds ago. Like, whoa, cool. We got twins, you know? It was that. This one was a recent one. I think for my 17th birthday. I was 17. Like, or 16. It was one or the other. That's when my mom found out that, like, not found out, but like I started getting into painting, and that was like my whole thing. And my mom and dad are the same way. They see that I'm interested in something, and they're like, I'm gonna give you 50 of them. Aww. So she got me like 30 canvases, 50 paints, different colors, different materials. She was like, I know these dry differently, and like, I don't know anything about paint, so I just got you like all of them. Like, that's just her solution to everything. And like the whole table just had a shit ton of like paint supplies. And I was like, ah! Like I was like on 1,000. And on top of that, then she was like, and these are the ones that I was gonna get you anyways. And I was like, there's more? Like that Christmas, like, I don't, something, the bonus had to be crazy. Whatever was going on, like she was good. Yeah. I was like, yo, like.
The bonus had to go crazy.
What's your favorite holiday movie?
Home Alone. Like.
What?
What?
It is?
Yeah, Home Alone.
Really?
I did not hesitate right now. Home Alone and Home Alone 2, love them so much.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's so funny. It never gets old. You can watch it every single year. It's always going to be hilarious. It's always going to be iconic. And I don't know, just like it's old, like especially Home Alone 2 is like old New York, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, you look at old New York and like that, like New York is gorgeous, especially during the holidays. So like every time I watch that movie and it like, it just kind of gives me that nostalgic feeling, you know what I mean? Like whatever, like my, like I had in my head as a kid. Yeah. Right? That's like what I still feel every time I watch that movie. So I love it. Yeah.
See, I just remember the first few times I ever saw that movie and I'm just like,
really?
Yeah. Like for me, my Christmas movie is, I'm more of an elf girl. Mm-hmm. Like with Will Ferrell.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know, I never like fully watched, or maybe I did. I don't remember it.
Really?
But, like, I think I watched it once, if anything, and I was younger.
What? Me and my mom, we referenced that movie like year round because there's this one part where, because like, so pretty much the elf with Will Ferrell is Santa's kid. He's like, "Where's my daddy?" Whatever, and he's looking, and he ends up in New York looking for Santa, and he finds this guy and, you know, lives with him for a little bit, whatever. And then he goes to work, but at work, he's being an elf, like a play elf or whatever, but he's a real elf. And they say something like, oh, like Santa's coming or whatever, because Santa's just coming to take pictures with the kids. And he goes, Santa, I know him, bro. And me and my mom, like, for whatever reason, that scene, we just crack up every time. So anytime we even use the phrase, I know him, just in passing, we have to reference the thing again like it's a freaking meme. We're just like, I know him. And that's like our favorite thing. But Elf is it for me. Especially there's a scene where Will Ferrell takes a piece of gum out from underneath like a subway railing, and it's in real life that was a real piece of gum. That wasn't a scripted thing.
Oh my gosh.
He's freaking disgusting. All for the bit, and I appreciate that. Yeah, he chewed it. Mm-hmm.
I can't believe he did that.
I think maybe I resonated.
Oh my God. Yeah, you saw that and you're like, you know what? Let me start eating wax.
I felt seen. Yeah.
Let me start eating plastic and wax.
I always swallow my gum.
You did?
I always do, yeah.
You know that whole myth of like, that's a myth.
Thank you for calling it a myth right off the bat.
It is a myth, yeah.
Yes, because it is. It is. And you want to know why I know swallowing gum is a myth? Because why do I always have the runs on the days that I swallow gum? You're going to tell me... Are you gonna tell me that it's been stuck in my body for 7 years? So what? So how is it? What is it helping push everything out, and it's not the gum coming out? Like, make it make sense. Because I'm sick. Oh, I'm sick and tired. You know, stay in your digestive system for 7 years? No.
I'm sure someone made that up so that their kid won't choke.
I'm pretty sure like you're gonna go blind when you watch the TV too close. You know, one that my grandma used to tell me was, and this one was crazy. Like this one was 100% just one she made for me at the house just to, there was another one, there's two. One of them is, so we used to, I'm gonna be very real about this. Everybody in New York had bed bugs. We had bed bugs at some point. And
I didn't, but like, all right.
Don't make me look bad, all right?
Another myth. Another myth.
No. Roscoe was a thing. But so after that, we were just like, oh my God, we don't want to deal with that again. So like we always had those heavy duty plastic covers over the mattress. So like it was my job to put them on because nobody else wanted to put them on. So my grandma used to tell me that if I don't put that on, I'm going to get a hole in my back. Like straight through my back.
Oh my gosh.
When I sleep. and then I had a dog at the time. And I had this little Tinkerbell toy, and he chewed it, but he chewed it in a way that there was a perfect circular hole in the middle of the Tinkerbell's body. And then one time she saw on the floor, she picked it up, she was like, this is how you're gonna look if you don't sleep with the mattress cover on your mattress. And then another one was because she would get annoyed if we showered too early in the house. So she would say, if you shower right after you wake up, your face is gonna get stuck frozen, all weird.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like these myths were made off of her pet peeves. Like these aren't even like passed down things that make some kind of sense. No. Yeah.
Like, can you imagine just being annoyed with something
just
and you're like,
shit up.
You know what? Let me just make this happen.
Yo, that's
these kids.
It's my whole life. I was like, damn, like that was messed up.
Yeah, those are unique.
Yeah,
like,
so
I've never heard this.
But I did take a risk. I would shower in the morning. I'm like, nah, people shower in the morning. And I'd be like, I swear I felt my face freeze just a little bit. Maybe it's the temperature of the water that makes a difference. Yeah, like, girl, nah, that lady had me traumatized. But that was my childhood.
Love it.
I think it was last year, the year before, Christmas Day. I told my aunt, I was like, let's go see the Rockefeller tree on Christmas Day.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And we went with the dog. We went with Petey. Petey was dressed up in a Santa suit, and I had a Christmas sweater on, and we walked all through. So we actually walked to Rockefeller Center, like from Brooklyn.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That's a nice walk.
Because it was warm. It was a warm Christmas. And we walked all the way there. We stopped at Little Italy. We got some lasagna. Like, that's my Christmas.
And it's empty though. Like in the city, it's empty. I think it was my 18th birthday. Yeah, it was my 18th birthday. My brother was like, you want to go to the city? So it was me, him, and his friend. And it was empty. I was like, oh my gosh. I thought it would be popping because like Christmas Day. And,
it's literally just Rockefeller that gets disgusting. Because I remember, so Petey, like, he was like at the same, like his face was at the same height as everybody else's face because I was holding him up because like it's crowded.
Yeah.
And
everybody went, oh, right?
No, but I love, because it's like, I feel bad if somebody's like, can I touch him? And I say yes, and Petey bugs out. But if you're just going to stick your hand out at my dog, who clearly looks like he's part Chihuahua, and be like, look at him. You see him snarl, like he feel like, you know?
Yeah, that's a little.
And then they go, oh, he's so silly. Yo, he snapped at somebody. He go, ooh, feisty dog. I'm like, you didn't understand that when he went at you? Like, and he's holding a baby. So Petey almost went for the baby because he's like, oh, we're competing.
Yeah, but like, imagine you reach out your hand and to touch the baby. Like, it's like the same vibe.
Like, what are you doing? So then, but he cleared the way for us because as soon as everybody, because when he snapped at the guy, like when Petey gets weird, he gets loud. So he just like, like he just like, you think the dude got rabies. So he cleared the way for us for the rest of the block.
He's looking at you like, I know this sound.
Everyone was scared. Everyone was like, So we just walked the rest of the block like, yep, me and my rabbit
ways.
Dog. Yeah.
Like you were Jesus or Moses.
That's a real Christmas.
A real Christmas experience. I feel like I celebrate like Christmas and everything, especially growing up. I have that, but I don't get like as Christmassy as I feel like I should be. Yeah. You know what I mean? I love Christmas. I do. It's honestly one of my favorite holidays. Yeah. That and Halloween. Love them. Yeah. And for me though, I just feel like I do my best, but then I don't know, I get so tired, I get lazy to do some things, and it just doesn't end up being like a Christmas.
Yeah,
you know
I know Christmas is definitely what your parents make it, because even for me, when I had my first Christmas alone, I was like, it's just December. Like Christmas is Christmas because you wake up. And like one year, my mom wrapped the walls in wrapping paper. Like
that is amazing. The dedication is like
no, and that's where I get it from though. Like
I mean, look at you.
Yeah, I know. No, she did Christmas hard. Nobody does Christmas like my mother. Like she's that girl. So I am that girl junior. Like because I put up my tree November 16th and decorated it. I got a Lego Christmas tree. I have my cabinets wrapped up with the red bows. My window has the freaking snowflakes all over it. I got little snowmen scattered around the house.
Your place is beautiful. Beautiful.
Christmas is happening. I wake up and I'm like, oop, it's Christmas and it's November 21st. Like, you know, like, I'm like, no, we juicing this because for me, right after Christmas, right after New Year's, seasonal depression starts. So I juice out the holidays as long as I can, and I make myself believe it's whatever holiday I think it is for as long as possible. Because after that, I'm like, okay. Because I believe that summer starts, and this is just for me, April 15th. To me,
it's very specific.
Yes, because I feel like when you're an adult, like after school ends and stuff, like you don't have that section of time that's like, oh, it's summer right now.
Yeah.
So for me, summer is whenever I can comfortably walk outside and my hands aren't cold and my ears aren't cold because I have sensitive, like, fingers and ears or whatever.
So what about spring?
No. So summer just means we live, laugh, love it, and it's a good time. We don't got to think about spring. So it's summer for me from April 15th probably to like, I want to say like November 10th because that whole time is it just means comfortable weather.
She said no spring, no fall.
Yeah. It's just sun and happiness and that's it. But one thing I do like about winter though, you get the little blush like the type of blush you get like across your face when it's too cold. Like some people would say I have blush blindness. I don't care. I see it and I like it. But I do the same blush year round because in the winter it gives, like I just got a little bit of frostbite.
Just a little bit of frostbite.
And then in the summer, it's like, I just came back from Jamaica. I got a little tan. Like, you know,
like sun kiss.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I love that. I love me some natural makeup. But the only thing though, in the winter, like that's when I start wearing concealer because I be looking pasty. Like all your moisture gone, every blemish you see. I'm like, all right. I've had enough. I look crusty.
It's the dry skin. I mean, it's crazy.
Girl, no, I'm ashy. I was at the gym. Hold on. So I'm a weirdo. When I'm at the gym, like when I stretch, I just stretch on the turf. I don't stretch on a
mat.
Yeah, on a mat.
Yeah.
And so usually like in the summer, from what I'm used to, I just get like these imprints in my legs from the turf. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But I forget that in the winter, not only do I get the imprints, but I turn gray. I'm just like, yeah. I used to make that joke all the time. I always had baby powder on hand. One, because I was eating it, but also because of that white chicks joke.
Oh my God, yeah. That's what I thought of right now.
Oh my God. What was I saying? Oh yes, I'm Ashy. So, and then I always grew up in a household where my mother, anytime my elbows were like, you know, getting gray, my mom would just be like, yo, like moisturize, like you look disgusting. So I didn't understand as a kid that like how big moisturizing was a thing until I got older and I was like, ew, this is disgusting. I hate this. So now I lather up in some cocoa butter.
No, that's really nice. No, but same thing. Then I do actually get ashy in some places.
Really?
Like, yeah, I mean, I know I'm white, but like, but I don't know what it is, but just some places. I'm also like olive skin, so maybe that's what it gives off. I don't know.
You got some melanin.
But yes, I tan. God bless the Azerbaijani genes, you know. I'm not white. But I do I do look older because everything gets dry. So it looks like I have wrinkles or like I've aged. And I remember one time I was 20. I remember this. So this was like a few years back. I looked in the mirror and I was in college and I was tired at the same time. And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, why do I look 35 right now? Like I'm 20 years old. I look like a 35-year-old woman. And I realized it's because my skin was dry. And on top of that, I'm like exhausted. I, for a whole week, was moisturizing like crazy. And I was like, all right, I look human again. Like I moisturized. I was like, thank God I'm not aging. I thought I was aging like that fast.
Oh my God.
This is not good.
Like those Instagram filters.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I moisturized and I was like, oh my God, thank God. Like it was just dry skin. I don't know what it was. It just made it look like I had like some kind of wrinkles and stuff. Look, I'm not afraid to age and stuff like that.
Yeah. But now's not the time.
Yeah. Right. Like, come on, 20.
This is such a weird topic to be on, but I also noticed how dry I've been for a lot of my life when I started using lotion. And people who don't even touch me, who just see me, like I'm just out in the summer and my legs are out, I'm at the gym and wearing shorts, and they go, your skin looks really soft. I'm like, wait, so it didn't before. So you're saying that there is a drastic difference? Because for you to just look at my leg and be like, oh, it looks nicer. And I'm like, how crusty was I looking? Like,
let people notice.
Yeah. And like what I will say, like I am terrible with remembering, well, before now, because I got cellulite, I got stretch marks, I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So I'm moisturizing. But before, I will say that I didn't start lotioning up until my legs started looking like, you know, the parts of the desert where the floor cracks?
Yeah.
How you get those things on your leg?
That's like a really good picture to paint.
Yeah, but like it makes sense. Like bro, like that's how my legs would look. And I used to be like, I used to think it was just like a layer of dry skin I could just peel off or something. And I was like, oh my God, that's my skin. Like, why is my skin getting hard? So
that's crazy.
Yeah, we moisturize now. We silky smooth.
Yeah, and you know, my mom always like emphasized it to me when I was younger, and I was like, I'm young, because you're young, right? So you could get away with a lot, and
or lather in your face with some Vaseline or something. Just like
yeah, I was like, I don't need this. I don't need this. And then at some point, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need this.
Yeah. But one thing I will say, I have not gotten on the sunscreen wave. I understand you're supposed to wear sunscreen all the time, even in the winter, and I know that's like a trendy.
Do you not?
No. How do you think I got all these freckles? I just be in the sun. I just be like, burn me, baby.
No, girl. I mean, like, look, I'm not gonna lie. In the winter, I try to, because I do. Honestly, I'm inside a lot. All right, I'm in grad school. I'm working. Like, I'm inside a lot. If anything, I need more vitamin D. But so in the winter, it's like I don't usually put it on. But spring, summer, and stuff, I put it on even when walking outside.
Oh, see,
I used to not as a kid and everything. But then at some point, I'm like, I should probably.
No, I put on no sunscreen and then I lather up a bunch of tanning oil, and I've been fine.
Girl, cancer.
Yeah, but like, no. And
I don't want it.
Yeah, like I reject it. It's not having it.
Erica.
But one thing, just to give you a gist of like, okay, so my mom is super like all health conscious stuff now. Yeah. But she told me when she was younger, she used to take water and a little bit of Coca-Cola, put it in a spray bottle and spray it on before going to the beach because the sugar would burn on her skin but make her tan faster.
Wait, I've never heard of that.
That's some weird Puerto Rican shit. Yep.
So it's like a thing.
I don't know. She did it. She had to have learned it from somewhere.
Well, she had to.
It was before the internet.
That's crazy. Yeah. Coca-Cola and water. But then didn't the burning give her like a little red flag? Of like
but I don't think it actually burned her. I just mean like science-wise.
It was like,
yeah.
She felt
Yeah, but
burning.
she wasn't like, ooh,
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle.
What's your favorite Christmas song? Oh, no.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. And that's your part.
No, I gotta do that in the background. I was waiting till we got there.
Yeah, All I Want for Christmas Is You, iconic. I know, basic. Yeah. There's a lot that I like. I like Jackson 5 when they sang Mommy's Sleeping with Santa Claus. Is that what it is?
That sounds too vulgar. Is he kissing Santa?
Oh,
probably. No, because Sleeping with Santa sounds a little crazy.
You're right. It's like I caught Mommy.
Yeah.
Claus, right. Yeah, it's kissing. Yeah. So that one I like a lot. And specifically like Jackson 5's version of it. It's really nice. Yeah, what about you?
I think mine, it's one that it's not my absolute favorite, but it's one that I get really hyped when it comes on. It's my U.S. history teacher showed it to me. It's Dominic the Donkey. Have you heard that one?
No.
It's just like Italian Christmas jingle, and it's like jiggity jig, hee-haw, hee-haw. It's Dominic the Donkey. There's that one, and then
That's crazy.
There's this other one where it's like mamacita. You can't hear the instrumental, but it's there. And then it's like, ¿Dónde está Santa Claus? And it's got a heavy ass accent. And then he's like, I go sleep now. Like, it's a super corny thing. But if we want to do like, the typical usual ones, it's probably, I don't know why, but the intro to Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, like like literally just those like 5 seconds gets me going every time.
Yeah.
It revs my engines, but
It revs my engines.
But
these analogies are crazy. Okay.
But I think that's it. Because then there's like all the newer, like the whole Justin Bieber album. Love it.
I was just gonna say, what about Justin Bieber?
Yeah, no, like that. Yeah. But that I listened to that like as a whole. Or like his drummer boy, he's like rump up a bum because he can't roll his R's.
That one was fire. I'm not gonna lie. That is fire.
Didn't it have Busta Rhymes?
Yeah, probably. I don't know, someone. Busta Rhymes with Ludacris. Like, I don't know, one of them. I honestly don't know who was rapping on that track, but that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, another bop? Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. And then they break out in the English. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Like that is a bop. A bop. Every year, bop.
He said, and then they break it down. Like,
no, they go ham in it, No pun intended, because you eat ham on Christmas.
Have you seen the SNL skit of the old ladies? It was originally like a promo for I think it was like a Haagen-Dazs or Ben & Jerry's, so it was called Sweaty Balls.
Oh my God.
But it's two old ladies. Well, they're playing as old ladies because SNL. And they own like some kind of like radio show, and they're like, "Hello guys. Today we're talking about sweaty balls." And the other one's like, and what about them? Like, I feel like that's how we sound right now.
like old ladies.
Yeah. And then the sweaters and stuff is just like.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. These sweaters make me feel like an older woman.
Yeah. No, these dangly earrings. Hold on.
Yeah, you got to show them.
Guys.
You got to do a little zoom
Look
action.
at these earrings. And you'd be surprised. They don't even weigh. Like, they're not heavy. I could swing like this and I'm not in pain.
Wait, swing like this.
I don't want to do that on camera.
Okay, fine.
I just had this conversation with someone the other day where I was like, anytime somebody says like, "Oh, like you're quirky," it just means like you're weird. Like,
oh my God, yeah, when people use like certain words, like, so I grew up in an apartment my whole life, and honestly, it's a nice apartment. It's good enough. It's a roof over my head. Yeah. I got a bed. I got food. God bless.
Yeah.
And I had some people that would come over and come over my house. So I have my best friends and all these friends that would come over and they're used to this and they're like respectful, whatever. Then you would have the friends that are like a little bit more, American. And so they would come and they would be like, wow. And they don't know what to say. And they're like, wow, your house is so cozy. Which means they think it's small compared to their big-ass houses.
Oh my gosh. I hate those workaround words. Like, just don't say anything.
Just don't say. Just be like, your house is so nice. Like, you don't need it. They couldn't find the word. That's the thing. They'd be like, it's so cozy.
They're like, how can we make this better?
Gosh, it's like crazy. Like, thank you for putting the effort in, but no thank you.
Yeah, now I'm insulted.
And my friend and I, we always make the joke because she had the same thing happen to her. She'd be like, when they would say it's so comfy and cozy, like, because it's so tiny. And like,
I hate that. Because I know that if I say a place is cozy, it's like, it's real lived in here. Yeah. Like, like it's like the rug has that spot on it and nobody's gonna clean it. Like, like it's just one of those moments. Yeah. But I can't talk just because like being in New York, like I'm gonna make another generalization, and you're probably gonna get at me. But I feel like everyone's had a mouse at least once. I would like to think
I had that.
Okay,
that was crazy face.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, I hope so.
And you're like, I really hope she's dirty.
Yeah. No, because like there's certain things that like I would never judge because I'm just like I grew up that way. Like I slept over a friend's house one time and she had a mouse. Yeah, but I didn't sleep in her bed because her bed was smaller, so I would sleep on her couch. But I was like, she was like, I think we have a mouse. I was like, I don't care about the mouse. I care about sleeping alone.
Yeah.
So I said, you sleeping on the couch with me if there's a damn mouse in here. So then we found it. We find the mouse at like 2 a.m. And that's when the Ratatouille song was popular. The Swale. So we're looking for the mouse and we find it. We're taking videos because we don't want to touch it. So I guess
so you take videos?
I think we had comfort in knowing it was there.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like just the fact that we saw it, we're like, okay, like right now we don't have to freak out about if it catches us because we just caught it, but we're not going to touch it. We're just going to be scared again once we don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
So to add, you know, just some kind of like light to the situation, because she was like half embarrassed, half didn't care because we were so close. But I was just like, swale, and it's like, ale upa. And like the whole night I was just singing Ratatouille, and I don't think I really slept because I was scared. But I think that's so great. I think that like growing up in less than ideal conditions, it gives you character.
It does.
It makes you humble. It's nice.
It does. I mean, since we're on this topic, so we had it's the thing is like these buildings are old, you know, so it's bound to happen at some point, you know, and then you get rid of it.
They're built with mice in it.
Right. Like,
it comes with the building.
No, like we didn't have it for a while. And then at one point they just appeared. Every neighbor was like, you would hear screaming from the neighbors, like and through the walls, you would hear screaming. You're like, they have a mouse. Like their mouse was out. Like they just came out that night. It was crazy. But it definitely, this type of stuff, just like you get used to it, it humbles you because you want to know how that problem like stopped in our building. I'm not really supposed to say anything. And I'm not gonna say who did this.
Okay.
It wasn't.
We're not snitching.
It wasn't in my family. It was like someone in the building. So in order to get rid of, like, people were putting like mouse traps and everything. Nothing was working for people. I mean, it would work, you know, but then new ones would appear, whatever. Yeah. And so someone in the building, because they were coming from the basement, so they caught a possum, threw this possum into the room of the basement, and like closed off the basement for like a couple of days. Mouse problem gone. What the Because they just stopped at some point. And I was like, Dad, like, how did they stop it? Did they get, we had exterminators come. Yeah. They exterminate
every year. Because if a possum's hungry, they're going to eat.
Right. So we had all of that. It did not help. And then out of nowhere, they stopped. So I was like, by the way, what happened? Like this was like common for everybody in the building and everything. And then, and this was like literally like probably 6 months this issue was occurring. And then, or like a few months or something. And then it stopped. And then my dad's like, yeah, someone put a possum in it. Just
so casually. Like, yeah.
He was like, but
we don't talk about the possum.
So I'm not snitching on who it was.
Well,
you know?
I got a crazier story.
You got crazier than that? A possum in the building?
A snake.
Stop it. Who put a snake in your
No one put the snake there. But so this was back when I wasn't born yet, but my mom and my grandma, they always tell a story. They would hear the snake slither in the walls, but they didn't have mice because who was eating the mice? The snake.
The snake. Wait, but who put the snake? I mean, who put the snake? Where was this that there was a snake?
In the walls of the building.
In New York?
In New York.
Like,
in Brooklyn.
Not Staten Island.
No, Williamsburg.
Snakes, no, girl, that's actually crazy. A snake in the walls. And then the screaming.
Yeah.
Can you imagine in the middle of the night you're sleeping and you hear... I mean, honestly, like, even that makes me feel bad, but like, it's also like life, you know? Yeah. It's like nature. Like, what are you going to do?
I'd rather them die that way, but...
Yeah, because, you know, one time we actually had a mouse trap and it caught a mouse and it was so tiny and he was screaming.
Sometimes they're cute, yeah.
It was really cute and he was screaming because he couldn't get out and he was, I'm not even joking, he was like a little ball and I felt so bad. Like my dad was like, I feel so bad. And like we just ended up throwing it out. We didn't like kill it or anything. We just threw it outside. If it got out, it got out. We don't know, you know, but it like... I felt so bad. I mean, like, don't come to my house. You know what I mean? Like, that's my house. No mouse in the house.
Okay. But if you give a mouse a cookie.
No mouse in the house. No, but for real, like, don't come to the house. But I did feel bad. I did feel really bad.
I was kind of like, because I grew up in a house full of girls, I was the man of the house when it came to like mice and putting things together and like all those random tasks. So it was this one time my grandma was waiting for me to come home from school to to kill a mouse, and pretty much she found it in the bathroom, and we have like we paint the apartment a lot. So she had like a Home Depot bucket and she put it over the mouse. She was like, it's in the bathroom. Get it. So this mouse is small, so it's been starving for the past however many hours. So what I did was like, I moved the bucket all the way from the bathroom to the door. And I didn't know, like, how do you do? I'm not going to touch it. So I was like, what do you want me to do? So I got it over the threshold of the main part of the door. And then I went on the catwalk that's in between like the two buildings connecting them. And there's like a little crevice underneath the gate or whatever. And I just played golf with the damn mouse. I lifted the bucket, took a broom and just... and he flew. And I was like, that's like fucked up. Like PETA would get me for that. But like...
No, but can you imagine? Can you imagine being the mouse and like, you just, like I don't know, you're flying across the building. I'm thinking
of like Stuart Little.
I love Stuart Little.
Same. He wears a sweater.
Oh my gosh!
But I think it's time to go.
Yeah, I think we're done.
So, anywho, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, or whatever your streaming or watching service tells you to do. Merry freaking Christmas. It's that time. Be festive. Be fun. Don't be a Grinch. Don't be a Scrooge. Be a... hold on. I just saw this random ad the other day. It was like a Christmas quiz thing. And it was like, what's the Scrooge's first name? And I think it's like Ebenezer or something. And I didn't know that. And I just thought it was really weird.
I didn't even know he had a first name.
Scrooge. But, okay.
Oh my God, really quickly?
Yes.
I just remembered something that I feel like is so good for this podcast.
What?
Do you know what my middle name is?
What?
You don't know my middle name? Okay. Do you want to guess it because it's Christmas related?
Noel.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's what. There, you got on one track.
No, because I was thinking about all the Christmas things, and I was like, well, it's not Star because I'm Star. Right. So I was just like, wait, and I'm just. Yeah. I was thinking about like 4 letters, Sima. Noel, like that was the association.
Sima Noel Sadykhov is my like full name.
Sima the Christmas Miracle.
Literally, I was like, Mom, you're welcome.
What time were you born?
3:47, which I like because it's like AM. 3:47.
Oh, 3:47.
3:47.
That is cute.
It's very New York. That's a New York area code.
No, this is a random little side note. My mom always says that I was made for her because she was born at 2/13. My February 13th is my birthday.
That's crazy.
She always I'm just like, I don't know. I know I was born at 9:30 though. If that makes any just a little additional information.
9:30 AM or PM?
That one was AM.
AM.
I said good morning. Okay. Anyways, back to our goodbyes.
Yes.
Goodbye, everyone. Merry Christmas and not a Happy New Year because there's an episode for that.
Damn.
And
don't let the bed bugs bite. Good night.